Yeah, yeah. I mean, you just got to be ready. I mean, stuff happens overnight like that. I'm in the middle of a deal and a project. That's my exit strategy. I'm gonna go ahead and refinance. This is gonna be a burr, and then that happens. It's totally out of my control, you know. But you just got to be ready for that. So it's like, okay. So now I'm on the phone with my realtor down there. I'm no longer licensed in Maryland, but like, hey, I guess we just got to list it now, you know. So it's just a different exit strategy. You want to have a couple options because things always don't go as planned. So yeah, so that's what happened there, and you just got to be ready for that. You know, even going forward, if you're gonna do this, things happen. You got to change. You know, plan B it, and you got to do that.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Paul Denis, who's a 20-plus year real estate investor and realtor from Boston by way of Baltimore. So I'm excited to have you. Thanks for being here, Paul.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So you've had a really long career in the industry. How did you get into it in the first place?
So I originally was looking at a news ad for a property for sale while I was in college. So I went to check it out. Um, there was like a dilapidated kind of, you know, renovations needed sort of thing. Ended up purchasing it. It was listed for about 20K, and we negotiated down to a lot less than that, and that's how I got in.
Oh, wow.
And it was
So
the first
what
property.
what sparked that in the first place to want to go all in?
You know what? So I was in school for business. I was trying to figure out, you know, what kind of businesses I was looking
Right.
to venture into. I've always heard good things about real estate. I was doing some reading online, just articles, and just dove into it. You know, just really, you know, blindly. I guess when you're younger, you just, you know, you're
Yeah.
adventurous.
Right. Exactly. You
So
take a lot more risks. And then
yeah, that's
so obviously you've been able to stay in it and build a portfolio and build a nice career. What's kind of helped you with your longevity?
we talked about it a second ago, like consistency, determination, kind of, and just having a, you know, a natural like fondness for the business. You know, like I like the business. I like the idea of investing in
Yeah.
real estate specifically, you know. So even when we went through a, you know, a crash, a tough time in real estate, you know, close to a decade long, I was still kind of involved in just doing the knowledge, getting the information, and, you know, just staying up on some of the trends or what's happening, just waiting for the market to kind of open back up, you know.
Right.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Right. And do you have any like mentors or groups that you leaned on to, learn information, or did you kind of learn as you went?
It's kind of like a learn as you go sort of thing for me. Unfortunately, I didn't have a mentor or anything like that. So, um, I had people that I would doing business with, but not really a coach. So it's kind of like trial and error.
Yeah.
You kind of do enough to know and build a system and figure out who you need as far as a team
Right.
around you and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like trial and error.
Of
you
course.
know.
And can you think of maybe a significant thing that went wrong that you learned from?
Many things go wrong in real estate. But yeah, no, you learn from certain mistakes in general. I don't think it's like one, particular thing. It's like, you learn to make sure it doesn't happen the next time. So I've purchased properties sight unseen.
Mm.
Um, so I don't know. I don't know if that's recommended.
Yeah. How do you
you
like
know,
how do you even like what's your strategy when you purchase sight unseen? What are you looking for and
yeah.
what stands out?
It'll be something like this. It'll be like either a video call with the realtor, and obviously it's not just to do it. It's because we're not close. I'm not physically able. It's out of state or something like that. I'm not physically able to walk the property. And with real estate, you got to move fast. So it's pictures, it's video, live video, so you can kind of like target where you want to see in the home, the exterior. Obviously, it's not the same as physically walking and feeling the property, but you kind of have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, so
So,
I probably all about, making sure the numbers make sense. Have you ever purchased something sight unseen and been kind of surprised with any particular thing?
yeah, yeah. So sometimes, you get a good surprise, sometimes it's a bad surprise. So, it's like the best of both worlds. But yeah, I've been surprised where it's like once you start the demolition, you kind of figure out some other areas that you didn't think about at all. So structural things, I've had, structural things pop up where it's like you didn't factor in for that. You purchase sight unseen. So it's like once you actually get started, you'll learn maybe I have to reframe this whole wall or resupport this. So that's happened to me. So that's something that's you got to deal with. It's risk to some degree.
Yeah, and you've done flips, you've done holds, you've done the BRRRR method. Do you still do kind of a combination, or have you focused your
I had when I re-entered the market in about like 2020, 2019, 2020. I had focused on mainly flips. I've been doing flips for the most part since, and I was looking to venture off into doing some more burr. I did that some time ago. But yeah, I'm thinking about going back into so that involves holding the property and obviously the lending and everything that goes with that. Um, so like I was mentioning earlier, there is some issues in my main prospective market with lending. So I'll probably get back to flipping until they figure that out.
Yeah, do you wanna talk about that a little bit? Like, this
Yeah,
is
maybe somebody knows this, somebody can fix it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a fraud case, where somebody, sounds like Wall Street investors went down there and bought a bunch of properties and had, misleading appraisals, and, you can figure out the rest and left maybe like I think they said 100 million or something like that. Yeah, and fraud. So if very restrictive lending, anything at all right now. So it's
Right.
kind of hard to do the burr in that market.
So, yeah, and this is in the Baltimore market.
It's in Baltimore City. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine that's very challenging to work your way around, but can you talk about kind of the importance of being agile and the importance of changing your strategy based on the market? Because I'm sure you've seen a lot of market shifts in your career.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to be ready. I mean, stuff happens overnight like that. I'm in the middle of a deal and a project. That's my exit strategy. I'm gonna go ahead and refinance. This is gonna be a burr, and then that happens. It's totally out of my control,
Right.
But you just got to be ready for that. So it's like, okay. So now I'm on the phone with my realtor down there. I'm no longer licensed in Maryland, but like, hey, I guess we just got to list it now. So it's just a different exit strategy. You want to have a couple options because things always don't go as planned. So that's what happened there, and you just got to be ready for that. Even going forward, if you're gonna do this, things happen. You got to
Okay.
change. Plan B it. And you got to do that.
Definitely. At what point in your investing career did you decide to get your real estate license?
So it was after the second purchase. I had bought the investment property that I mentioned for $6,500, by the way. That was a deal. But then I purchased the house that I moved into, and I actually did somewhat of a burr there. But I was actually living there. But I bought it, did some renovations, refinanced it, and purchased a home around the corner. And so that was my third purchase, I should say. So after that purchase, I listed the home that I was living in as a flat fee listing. I'm not sure if you're familiar,
No,
but I can explain for whoever's it's
please.
not clear. That's basically when you list a property um, through a realtor, but it's kind of through yourself because you basically list for 3% and represent yourself. You would pay the buyer's agent, so you save basically 50% on the deal. That's what I did originally, and that was like basically you're kind of like a realtor without the license.
Right.
You pay a flat fee, and they list it. It goes on the MLS. It's on the market, but you handle everything, all the negotiations, the pricing, the marketing. So I was like, wow, this is ultimately like me being a realtor. Why don't I just get my license?
Right.
So that's what happened eventually. Yep. Yeah, after the flat fee listing, I was like, well, I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
And do you mostly do your own investments or are you an agent for other people as well?
Yeah, I work with other people as well. I do listings as well, but yeah, I'd say my passion is more of the investing. So that's my primary focus in real estate. But I do represent buyers, sellers as well.
Yeah, and I know an important part about the business you've built is just your financial literacy in general. And I would love for you to kind of talk about the importance of investors having that literacy.
Yeah, it's very important because you do have a lot of loans to look at. If you're not like a lawyer, that some of that paperwork can be a little tough to, process. So, some sort of literacy, wherever it starts. For me, it was, I had a career in banking and, like I said, it was a business major. So always around numbers, enjoy working with numbers. So, that might not be for everybody, but once you get into this, you have to have some literacy. You got to know the terms, terminology, of some of the loans and just all the jargon really helps.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
And what's your best advice for kind of gaining that knowledge? Like, where did you turn to really understand all of that?
That was some of that was trial and error as well. But right now, I'll be honest, answers are at our fingertips. You got the internet, obviously, but you could take it a step further with AI and chat and everything like that, GPT, and you know, th- right now it's kind of like the information is at your fingertips. For me, and I'm dating myself, but I kind of had to, go through it, open some books, read some articles online and things like that, but nothing to the point where, I don't think Google was doing what it's doing now, where it's like, hey, I want to know about this, or even YouTube, which is just another just wealth of information if you really want to know about something, anything really. so, so you can put in, real estate terms and blah 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 blah, and something will come up, right?
Right.
30, 30 different things to learn from. So, that's how I make use of my time.
Hmm.
So a lot of stuff is just processing information and adding it, storing it as knowledge.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's never been easier to learn. So people should really take advantage of that.
Man, very easy right now.
And I know
The
that.
audiobooks.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good
Mhm.
one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know that you are really great at renovations. It's been a big part of your business. What are some of the best tips you have? Like, what are some changes that really can dramatically, increase value?
Mhm. Alright, yeah, for me, a lot of the time, I go add value, but I look to add maybe an additional room, for, like, instead of just additional living space, like an actual bedroom. I've noticed that'll bring the value up even faster and higher, and it's more desirable because you have a separate room. Um Open floor plans has been something that I've focused on, just getting rid of some of the walls and opening things up, especially on the main level. Um, so yeah, so open concept has been big with potential buyers and stuff like that. Islands and some of the trend lights, I use some of those things to attract certain buyers that, trends are trends, and if you put on HGTV or whatever, you'll pick up on them. You start to know what people want. A lot of people are into gray paint, so there's a lot of gray on on my renovations. So yeah, yeah, like countertops are big. Just attention to detail and the finishes. Are kind of what attract the buyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are good tips. Well, you've given a lot of great insight on, your really impressive time in the industry and kind of the importance of perseverance. To kind of
Appreciate it.
wrap this all up, what would be, maybe something you wish you learned earlier in your career that you could share with us?
Yeah. Something I learned early. If I would have known earlier about hard money loans, then I probably would have entered the business sooner. Granted, I don't know, but 23 years old or something like that. But still, had I known, I would have went a different route. So I went like conventional route, borrowing money, from family and that sort of thing, where I didn't know I could borrow money from a stranger and they would, as long as I had the right idea and the right plan, that they would lend it to me and give me all the money I need to renovate this place. So that would be the biggest,
Yeah,
note I take from there.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't until my fourth purchase that I realized that or really implemented that.
Mhm. Amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's great advice. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure people got a lot of inspiration for their own businesses. Where can people find you?
Absolutely. Best place to find me is online. I'm on Instagram. It's under my other brand. I do have other small businesses. Dreamstar is my brand. So if you look up Dreamstar, Paul Dennis, it's the easiest way to find me is social media.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for listening. Hope you learned a lot from Paul and definitely check him out on social media so you can learn more and maybe, because I know that you're a great mentor to people. So if you,
Yes, yes, I do. I do mentorship, one on one at this point. the business, the model works everywhere. Uh, you hear where my target market is, but the business works everywhere if you do it right.
Of course. Amazing. Well, thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we will see you back next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.